The sun is shining on the scar of the spider. It's a crisp autumn day, the weather just beginning to turn cold. With any luck, they'll have a couple more weeks of warmth, and the ground will provide a little bit more before the long, cold season sets in earnest. Peter stares off into the middle distance, his eyes unfocused, as he mulches his pepper bushes. There's an image pulling at the back of his mind, something he's trying to remember, but he can't fix on it. There's a beautiful woman, maybe, made from the roiling blues, greens, and whites of an angry sea, her hair cascading down as a wave breaks backwards, but as he tries to fix her in his mind, she crumbles away into mist and clouds, and he realizes he's been mistaken. All along, he's been dreaming of the sky, seeing an impossibly old man weathered by the years untold, his long white beard and legs melding down into indistinct, fluffy white clouds. They're pleasant images, and they're familiar somehow, but he just can't place them. Something that he loved a long time ago, but whatever it is lost now, long gone. He's turned his eyes down to the dirt again, and now he's trying to focus, because he knows what comes next, how his mind will punish him for trying to look past those dark places. In the warm brown earth, he begins to see forms that aren't there, snake-like shapes rippling beneath the surface, closing in on his hands, circling around him and taking their time. Peter pulls his hands away as fast as he can, hugging them to his chest and stumbling over backwards onto the ground. Two thin, metallic snakes burst from under the dirt, turning their faceless, eyeless selves towards him and seeing inside. And he knows they're not there. He got away, and they never chased him, but now could be the time. They could be real, and they might want him back. They might want to finish the job. Peter shrieks out loud. He can't help it, and he scrambles to his feet, rushing back into his cave to hide from the threats that he knows are not truly after him. He can feel the metal squeezing him, digging into his flesh, peeling him back piece by piece. The woman in the waves and the man in the clouds are long gone now, and he doubts he ever truly remembered them. All he sees when he closes his eyes now is a face without a face, and the chains. This is Pot Against the Machine.
Pot Against the Machine.
Welcome back to Pot Against the Machine, the only Pathfinder actual play podcast that comes every week to pulse with you again. I'm your host, and here's everybody.
We're pulsing.
Just throbbing along.
Oh boy.
Very specifically didn't say throbbing.
So that was a conscious decision.
Well, it is a tough throb, but someone has to do it. That is
Hey.
Oh.
Oh.
Speaking of heart
but not
throbs,
Hirsek.
Hirsek Kaya is getting left for dead.
Pretty hard.
Yeah, it's kind of funny that Sam just was able to move him through Kira's square without like an acrobatics check or anything.
Whoa. Is this a full-on betrayal here? Is this what I'm hearing? This news at the top of the episode?
I could have had Levi make an attack of opportunity, but decided against it being so overt.
Well, previously on the program, the party met the brain of Thrace, the missing Technic League lieutenant, as he was in that mysterious cylinder. Well, his brain was. The rest of his body was long gone. He readily admitted to being a Technic League member and reluctantly admitted that he was in the valley because he was a student of the Dark Tapestry and was looking for the strange alien technologies as a sort of way around the Silver Mountain. The party extracted what they could out of him about the current state of the Technic League, then shut him off to try to figure out what exactly to do about it. Hirsek, of course, wanted to bring him back to the Technic League, as that was his goal, but he was eventually convinced to bring back a broken brain canister and some of Thrace's belongings to prove that the wizard was no more. He acquiesced to the request, and the party divvied up the belongings of the wizard and removed the brain from the canister and made it look like an accident, and then they resumed searching through the cave. They checked out the upstairs down in the Gug Skull Parlor, where they found a strangely cursed or strangely afflicted corpse of a Mi-Go that was emanating magical darkness out of its corpse. Tarazi didn't, probably, get afflicted with that strange Dominion plague, but at least now the party is aware that that's a thing that might exist elsewhere in the valley. After that, the party made their way all the way back to the room with 3 Gugs in it and climbed down that tunnel into the basement of the place, where they found a squad of Mi-Go crouched around a bunch of tables and looking like they were dissecting something. They allowed Hersik to go by himself towards this squad, and he's sort of taken the brunt of the assault so far. As we closed the episode, however, Hersik got the point that he was being kind of hung out to dry there and ran back behind some of the group to safety. And we're at the top of round 3, and definitely we haven't already started round 3 and had some technical issues of any kind. So if Zach had a turn started, I certainly didn't hear it.
No, I didn't, because I was too busy delaying. Wizard's favorite word after abracadabra.
All right. Well, Asuma is going to kind of move back behind everyone so she can get a shot through some cover, as she wasn't super in on the plan here, but she takes a shot at the Mi-Gos, and she does a little bit of damage there. And that brings us to Alwyn.
Fun fact, I had like 3 area of effect spells, and one of them is the one I swapped out at my level up, which is always fun. But I do have... Oh, this'll work. He is going to cast Glitter Dust and attempt to hit it in such a way that he gets the biggest part of this troop that he can. Which I'm not sure where the best spot in the tunnel to drop that is.
I mean, effectively casting on the troop hits the whole troop.
Okay. Yeah, so they need to make me a fortitude save against my glitter dust. Or no, is it... I always think it's fortitude and it's actually will, or is it fortitude?
It's will.
It's will. I don't know. I guess because it's getting stuff in your eye is the reason my brain refuses to remember that it's will.
Well, how about a natural 1 on that will save?
That will be a fail, Sam.
Really?
So they are blind. And they are blind for 11 rounds. But they do get a saving throw again at the end of every round.
Well, that's fun for them. All right, that'll bring us to Levi and Tarazi.
Oh, actually, he is going to then... he's gonna... After casting that spell, he is going to kind of back up behind the marshals again, since these guys are trying to move forward.
I don't know why you would
So
think
he's just
that.
going to back up 10 feet and get behind our gunmen and our bowmen.
All right, now we've got the Snake Squad.
Yeah, Tarazi, it looks like if he takes a 5-foot step here, he could still get a fairly clean shot on the foremost members of this troop. And hasted as he is, he's going to just attempt 4 shots with the orc hornbow.
All right.
Looking at a 28, a 21, a 20, and a 15.
That's just 1 hit.
Yeah, I had a suspicion. The one roll that was over 10 hits? Weird.
Funny how that happens.
Decent on the d6s, though. That's 16 points of damage.
Hey, that's not bad.
No, Levi is not about to go schlorp his way to taking up the entire hallway. So he's just gonna hang out here, I guess.
All right, which takes us to Kira.
Kira's gonna ready again. If they get close enough to hit, she's gonna hit him.
Well, good news. They're going to come bumbling down the hallway on their turn. As they kind of move like the snake in that old game to fill up all the available space, they will trigger Kira's attack.
Okay, that is a 19. That is a critical threat. I'm going to roll again. 19 on the die, which is something much higher than 19. Shoot, and I forgot to say it was raging, so we're going to do that too. Ooh, a 4 to confirm, which is going to be a 23, which I think we just decided does not work.
Yeah, 23 does not confirm.
All right, we'll take the hit. Eight, 5, 13, 33 points of damage, and we'll go ahead and rage at the end of my turn.
All right. Now, let me see, because I think we have now fallen into a very strange chunk of rules, which is, can a blind swarm still automatically do damage, or a blind troop in this case still automatically do damage, as they're touching 3 characters here. I suppose I'm going to roll concealment on each one just to see if they get a hit off. Because why not, right? So for Kira, they roll a 003. They whiff on her. For Tarazi, that is an 89, so Tarazi's going to get some swarm damage.
Cool.
That is 16 swarm damage.
Neat.
And the free attempt to grapple is a natural 1, so that's not going to do anything. And then on Levi, we have a 98, so Levi will also get some swarm damage. Also 16. And the free attempt to grapple is a natural 2 this time. I do not think that will grapple the giant snake.
No.
Alright, Hersik, since he's safely on the back line now, is going to drop his sword, pull out the longbow, and just take one shot. Will hit. So 17 more damage. This troop is looking pretty hurt. And Brixby's up.
I am so sad to keep doing this, folks, but I don't want to waste spells, so I'm going to keep delaying. You've got this.
All right. Well, Asuma is going to take 4 shots with the laser pistol, so I think she's probably going to end things here. And she does on the first shot. So that's the end of the troop. A rather anticlimactic kind of battle. But it works.
At least we have a pit of acid to push them all into.
Real easy cleanup.
If we had known it was coming, we would have just dropped the brain in it.
Yes, good job, Hersek, guiding them to us.
That was deeply messed up.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's good tactics.
You hung me out to dry over there.
This whole place is rather filled with awful vegetative water. I would think drying out would be beneficial to everybody.
He makes the sort of cartoon mad face. Well, can you spare some healing for me, Alwyn? I'm afraid I was beaten up a little bit, somehow mysteriously.
Jeff says no.
Combat.
Jeff says no in a not show appropriate way.
Maybe.
I think, like, my character is very naive.
Oh yeah, don't let
Yeah.
Drowsy
Yeah.
influence you at all.
I know.
You just hate
It's one of those things, like, if I was playing like Vargas, like, he absolutely would be 100% down with this, not just understanding what's going on, but fully in with it. But I think, like, Alwyn, because, like, oh, we've been fighting together, and he's not technically with the League and all this, like, he believes the guy enough that he's gonna heal him. He'll slap him with a... I mean, he's not going to waste good healing on him because he still understands the concept of NPCs, but he's going to heal him. So he'll hit him with a Cure Mod. Which... spells work.
Yeah, Nolek, Patchy Blue Rat Folk,
Plus one-
and Hirsek are definitely going to be the, like, evil League of Evil in later books.
There you go. He gets 22 points of healing.
Not a bad roll.
Not too shabby. I could still use 20 more if you're... if you're offered.
Speaking of people that are hurt, is there anybody on those tables over there? Does anybody see?
If you slurp your way on over there, these metallic-looking, strange fungal tables, the one that they were all gathered around, it looks like they were in the process of vivisecting an Aurum Vorax.
Oh no.
Kitty, no.
The creature
Those
has
things
been
are cool.
thoroughly dismembered, and it looks like they were just sort of picking through the remains.
So it's like a no more Vorax. Sorry.
I think the Aurum Vorax was dead before it got in this room, but there's gore and equipment and stuff on the other tables. It looks like this isn't the first thing that they've dissected in here.
So aside from a bubbling pit of acid, is there anything and that the dissected Aurum Vorax? Is there anything else? And besides, maybe excluding implements of torture.
We wait the 11 rounds for that to go away before we walked in here.
Well, you do see on one of these tables there are 4 brain canisters like the one Therese was in, just with no brains in them.
Oh, good. This is how we're gonna do the next book.
Yeah, we just immediately put our brains in them.
Oh, were we the brain collectors all along?
Oh no. The brain collectors are the friends we made along the way. Time to collect each other's brains.
If you want to look through this rather gory scene, I will need a perception check.
Oh, wait, why am I rolling this? I have a very bad perception. I'm not rolling that.
Wow, I have been rolling.
Only at
Great on
25.
29.
31.
Yeah.
Well, rifling through the discarded strips of clothing and assorted bits of gore and stuff just kind of piled up on the floor in this room, it's a truly macabre kind of laboratory. But Akira manages to find a severed semi-skeletal hand and forearm that is still wearing a bracelet that looks an awful lot like a bracelet that you already have.
Nice.
Freaking called it in the Foundry chat. All of you on that Patreon tier know what's up.
They do.
So jazzed.
What was that thing? Was it bracers of archery? Or was it
No, it's
Force
No, they,
shield.
it was a
Force
force
field?
field.
Oh, it was a
Yeah.
force field.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
So you found it, the one that said wizard.
Best, than
Best
wizard.
wizard.
Yeah. I was going to say, Bricks can probably use that, right? Because that doesn't prevent, that doesn't have a spell failure chance, does it? Because it's tech, not actual armor.
right. Those
Yeah.
are wrist slot items.
Let's see. I'm
Yeah.
not wearing anything on my wrists. I don't have like bracers of armor. Is there a link in... Hold on, is it? It's in,
Like way higher up, I think there was a thing that explained what they did, wasn't there?
They provide temporary hit points. Now, the weird thing about them is they are painful to activate. When you turn them on, you have to make a fortitude save or be dazed for 1 round. But after that, they have 10 temporary hit points and fast healing 2.
I mean, wouldn't these be better on like one of our frontliners? If it's like 10 temp HP, if it's essentially like false life and fast healing. And I mean, I have like emergency force sphere. You know what I mean? I know I can't do it more than like really, I guess twice, but like, yeah. I don't know. I mean,
this seems like it would be the two of these together. Not you.
Looks at Hirsex starting to like raise his hand. But, like,
yeah, one of you could probably use this. It seems like it would give you a little bit more vitality to work through.
I'm pretty vital and also good at. I have no idea what the in-game translation of fast healing would be. And good at healing fast.
I don't think it would stack with Kira's rage hit points because it's temp HP. So
my bad. It doesn't stack.
And the fast healing wouldn't work for her either because her rage gives her better fast healing.
Yeah. So it literally does nothing for Kira. Good news.
Good news, everyone.
Does Tarazi have anything in the wrist slots?
No, I mean, the fortitude save, you would have to roll a nat 1 to fail.
And
so
you'd be dazed in the room with all your friends. You would have to take off that spiked bracelet you like so much.
Oh, man.
I could take it off your hands as a sort of apology for, the incident just a minute ago. Apology. I don't know if you remember. You
No, I don't.
Very badly.
Doesn't sound familiar.
Yeah, he'll reluctantly take off his spike bracelet that is well beyond the return policy at Hot Topic. And now this Ranger Cavalier has a best wizard pair of force field bracelets on. Guess I'm doing that tri class with my negative int.
You heard it here first, folks. Tarazi is canonically the best wizard.
It's fair, honestly.
Well,
I was going to say, I've played Brixby for over 150 episodes, and I can say that Jeff plays a far better wizard as his Cavalier Ranger than I do.
Well, I wish I had a spell that could just literally collapse this entire place upon itself, but I'm sure that, like the Gogs will come in here and set up a pickleball court. Whatever Gogs do.
I don't even know what the housing market in the Scar of the Spider is like. Like, is it?
I mean, there is a lot of mold damage in this place.
That could be like a positive thing if you were also made of mold, like the Migo.
It's a very specialized market, though.
That we've removed from existence, possibly in its entirety. We may have killed the only people that would want to live in this cave.
But on the plus side, this cave does appear to be clear.
Woo!
Yay.
Of course, there was no neurocam inside.
Yeah, that means we got to go into the even worse.
And you did hear from Therace that half of his party went south into the swampy area, and then you also have the sort of central prong of the three-pronged Y, because in Numeria Ys have 3 prongs, which leads to where the Dominion of the Black is.
I don't know how other people are feeling, but I would love to forestall or foray into the center prong, as it were. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of notes in the chat. I'm thinking swamp. Let's be swamp boys. Not gender-specific swamp boys.
No, Swamp BOIS, yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
I was just getting ready to write that in the chat.
Yeah, I think after seeing like the pulsing, throbbing, dark sickness, which does sound like disturbed lyrics, but like,
Oh, I get that one.
Mhm.
That song was in Shrek 2.
Oh,
Was it?
I thought we were going to talk about
That's
Queen of the
a lot
Damned.
of cursing in it to be in a PG-13.
I thought we were going to
It was
talk
like
about
10
the
seconds of it.
Dawn of the Dead or whatever mall zombie movie.
Wow, I
Yeah.
forgot Hersek was a Nephilim. I just moused over his thing and saw the horns, and I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah. Seems like a really nice gentleman. Doesn't deserve to be treated the way we treated him, for sure.
Well, as they say, I think it's about time for me to be hitting that dusty trail.
Yes, of course. Thank you for all that you've done. And, friend, Hersek, when you tell the Technic League that you found the race, I don't think there's any reason to mention that you encountered us, is there, friend?
He'll sort of do the old, like, finger on the nose thing and go like, I see what you're saying. I don't believe I encountered anyone of particular note here.
Bixby looks initially offended, and then his 23 intelligence, he infers what's going on there, and he's like, oh, okay, that's fine.
I know he's a bluff master, but a 15 sense motive is all I could offer. Do I think he's going to rat us out? No racial
Seems like he's
slight
on the up
intended.
and up.
Okay.
Excellent.
I'm not even bothering to roll. I remember this guy beating my 32 bluff.
Yes, well, of course, I don't support your employer. I understand you're just making ends meet, as it were, and I do hope sincerely that you are compensated for the job that you completed and can move on to perhaps more savory things.
Yes, I don't think I will be spending too much more time in Numeria. If I'm honest, it is, not a pleasant place.
It's literally the worst, yes.
Yes, I don't know why anyone would choose to live here. It's just, everything is just kind of horrible.
Yeah, nothing else to say from the not particularly charismatic or intelligent Tarasi.
We weren't actually best friends, so I don't feel like I need to say anything.
That's harsh.
Kira goes to stand next to Brix. All right, he didn't hear that. That was Izzy talking.
No, he can hear through the fourth wall.
Yeah, we've already established this in multiple episodes that he can hear us.
I think he'll just, make his way over to Brixby and say, well, I suppose this is goodbye then.
Yeah. We had our ups and our downs, but baby will always have the goop head.
So, gives him like a real awkward like shoulder punch. It's kind of hard because he's like trying to just like really lighten the mood, and he's like,
You get out there and break some hearts or pierce them or whatever, but I swear if you mention my existence to the Technic League, I will be the last thing you see, and like not in a sexy way.
I will keep that in mind. Yes, I suppose there is nothing more to say. Take care of yourself, Brixby, and all of you. I will catch you on the flip side. And then he does a backflip just super impressively and walks off.
does a backflip, breaks his neck. It just totally sorts.
And thus ends.
He forgets
Lands on
how
his
short the
face.
ceiling is in this.
Just brutal.
Oh, no.
Secure mod.
Drowns
He
in
still
an
had
inch
like
of swamp
5 hit
water. You hate
points.
to see it.
I like to imagine that in order to punch him on the shoulder, Brix had to use some of his like defy gravity on the disc just to get himself that much higher in the air.
The disc evaporates right after. But I did hit him with a vampiric touch, so it was pretty cool. It was worth it in the long run. Anyway, well, I'm glad that we're down to just one GM PC plus everything else we find.
Much more manageable
For now.
I really wanted more like Hersek and Therese, Sam talking to himself radio, because really the fans love it.
That's, I mean,
That is what they come for.
it's true. I feel like in every book, I endeavor to give them a little Sam talking to Sam. Sam on Sam.
After we
Sam
had-
on Sam action.
After we had that little excuse of Hersek and Asuma not speaking the same language, couldn't get off too easily.
I was really tempted when Hersek was like, deuces, to say to Asuma and Andrafen, like,
You can kill him now. He said you're ugly and he hates your face and hands.
but no,
Face and
we'll just let him go.
hands.
Did Asuma, like, expand her outfit with the Aurum Vorax pelt that was inside of the... Is she True Drip right now?
I think that Aurum Vorax was in too rough of a condition for her sensibilities.
Even Fringe?
We cast Greater Make Whole from
Fringe.
Therese's spellbook.
We can cast Greater Make Whole because Alwyn has it.
Oh, yeah, I just
Well,
wanted...
now we both do. Let's go.
Like, if Suma wanted to be a furry, that's totally her business.
To the swamp.
If you're heading down to the swamp, are you doing the same sort of check out all the caves on the way type of thing, or are we making a beeline?
I think we gotta do a little... I don't want to speak, but I feel like we're on a cave check. We gotta do a little cave check.
I think we got to do the cave
Just
check.
let those, kill it. Those caves go unchecked. What are you thinking? Want to check
Check
those
those caves.
Yeah, let's spelunk.
Those caves.
All right.
You can't go straight to the swamp.
Well, doing a little cavey-do, making your way slowly down. Well, not too slowly, because once you get out of this northern chunk of the valley, then you sort of are in the middle where there's no caves for a little while. But before that, you check a bunch of uninteresting caves for Cassandra-Lee's leftovers, and there doesn't appear to be anything of interest in any of them. It's more like spiders, no spiders, dead spiders, maybe little radioactive bits, just like time-consuming nonsense as you make your way down, till things start to get a little bit swampier.
So I think, like, while they're walking, probably as it's getting swampier.
So, we've discussed it a little bit before, Drowsy, but we've had our paths cross with the Technic League a couple times. And I have a feeling the longer we walk this road, that's where it's going to bring us.
So, Tarazi he'll just get kind of a gleam in his eye and say,
Oh, friend Brixby, I'm counting on it.
Very cool. I like the, dripping vendetta that was in that voice. In, the best way. Legitimately.
This is Brixby takes a solace in the driven and focused hatred and vitriol that is conveyed in the almost saccharine serpentine voice that he can affect when he is like friend Brixby. So it's good. I like it. We're gonna mess him up.
Well, as you make your way south, the relatively dry and sparse valley gives way to a wetland where this river sort of ceases to be a river and becomes just like an intermixed tangle of stagnant ponds, bogs, and trickling streams that feed and are fed by numerous hot springs and geysers that are just popping up throughout the swamp.
So it's like a stinky hot swamp.
Oh, it's stinky, and it's
Ooh.
it's warm. It's definitely not a comfortable place. And
We normally call it Florida, but like
it's
Oh,
it's a bit
but there's a
Floridian.
Duro on the line.
As a Floridian, you're allowed to call it Florida. Go ahead.
The vegetation here seems eerily abundant and mobile. Tree branches writhe and sway despite a lack of wind. Roots and swamp fruits seem to bulge, like you can almost see them pulsating. As we're wandering through this slightly disturbing swamp, can everyone in the party just bounce me a d20?
this is a very like throb heavy book.
Yeah,
It's a
this
lot
is
of throbbing and pulsing.
Pulse forward.
this is throbtacular.
Oh boy.
This Pulse Finder.
We're not adding anything to this, right? It's just a flat D20 roll.
Yeah, just a flat d20.
Awesome.
So what did Brixby get?
Foundry's making up for all those like single digits with a 19.
And how about Tarazi?
Say 13. Lucky number right here.
And how about Levi?
Oh yeah, also a roller. A 10.
Okay. Alwyn.
Alan rolled a 2, Sam.
Very nice. And how about Kira?
Kira rolled a 4, Sam.
All right. I've made notes of those rolls. I'm sure that they don't have anything to do with anything. So you find yourselves, as you go cave to cave, skirting the wall of this swamp, you find a cave entrance up ahead that's only about 3 feet wide. Looks otherwise like most of the other caves, just a tiny little one.
So when you say 3 foot, like so it's like 3 feet wide, or is it 3 feet high? I
It-
apologize.
It's 3 feet wide. It's taller. Well, I don't know. It's definitely a squeeze for everyone but Brixby and Boneless Snaky Friend.
One of us is going to go first. I don't know which one is better designed, potentially. For those that are inside of the foundry, Levi is just bravely slithered towards. But Brixby's slither is much more cowardly.
Yeah. Assuming no one objects, Levi would go first, and then Tarazi would just kind of squeeze behind. Is this as bad as it was to get to Asuma, where I'll have to like take armor off and have someone aid me through, or is it a little bit easier than that?
It's a little bit easier than that. It's just a normal squeeze.
Right on.
I will go after Tarazi.
Well, I guess I'll go after Brixby.
And this
Schlurp, schlurp.
narrow cave that you're slurping, squeezing your way through is quite damp. The walls dripping with runoff and moisture, with the same kind of fetid swamp smell, which by this time you all are used to fetid swamp smell. And it hooks around, like just narrowly squeezing for I want to say probably about 40 feet before it finally hits a curve and opens up into a wider cave.
Dang it. I just realized everyone had already left.
Oh no. Let's wait.
And this,
Coming.
Or is it slowly chainsawing her way through with a bigger hole?
Just cuts her own tunnel.
just try to cut
I
the
forged
walls
my own-
wider.
Sort of Looney Tunes.
Sorry, I cut ahead of bricks.
No, go for it. I was only behind the snake because I was like, I can DD us the safety, but now I'm ready to hide.
And this room that opens up to the ceilings in here are only about 7 feet tall. So even though the room is kind of huge, it has this claustrophobic sort of closeness. And there are 2 large mineral pools, one on the north side and one on the south side of the room. And the floors themselves are stone, but they're slick and wet with a kind of constant dripping of water coming down from above, and just the whole place is, it's a soggy place.
So I'm getting like a very gross, like, bathhouse vibe. Is that that kind of it?
A little bit of a natural gross bathhouse.
Nice.
Is
Honestly, like one of my fave GooTube flavors. Super underrated.
yeah. From here, it looks like Tarazi can see what might be either a skylight or a tunnel in the southern eastern mineral pool.
It looks like in the southern mineral pool on the sort of southeast side of the room, instead of just being 5 feet deep, which the rest of it seems to be very consistently about 5 feet deep, there is a tunnel that leads out through the bottom and disappears into the darkness.
Oh no. No.
Through the water.
Through the water.
I can cast Life Bubble.
As we, I'm just going to throw a survival while I'm in here to see, like, does it look like anyone or anything has actually come through here in any recent time? I'm going to find out. That's a 28.
It looks like it's been a while.
So definitely not Thrace's Angels, as I'm sure that was the name of the rest of history. Okay.
Like, anytime that I see something like this, I think it's like you would know this probably, Dro, the Doris Lessing, like, short story about, like, the water tunnel. Like, do you know what I'm talking about? It's like there's like it's like that like mid 20th century story about like swimming through a water tunnel. I remember like reading it in school and having like an anxiety attack because
Yeah,
like
it's a very
Sounds
stressful.
very stressful.
we went into some cenotes when we were in Tulum, and I was even just like a little like duck through like just a tiny, you could like see the other side and that you saw people go before you, but you were still just like, nah. Everything in me is like, don't go into the tunnel filled with water that you can't see the other side. But like,
Yeah,
we're heroes.
that's terrifying.
Yeah, as a certified scuba diver, that is one thing that they drill into you incessantly, is never go into a tunnel underwater. Like, ever.
Sounds like a good rule.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Tarazi is not scuba certified. And will look to his companions and say,
From what I can tell, there's nowhere else in this cave but down and through that tunnel, perhaps? Do we feel the need to explore? Is the Orange Julius likely down there? Or do we say, well, nothing in here and move on?
I think we should explore if we're careful.
Yeah.
I
I
don't.
have a.
Oh, go ahead if you have a.
I was just gonna say, I have a way of making sure, at least for the next 20 minutes or so, we don't drown. I say if we can go that far down the tunnel and still don't hit the end of it, then maybe it's not worth it, but otherwise, no stone unturned.
So like 10 minutes in.
I was going to say
and then
10. 10.
Yes.
10 in, 10 out.
Yeah, yeah, no, go the full 20 and then just all.
Well,
Oh no.
we tried.
TPK. Tunnel party kill.
Wasted.
So what is it? Water breathing communal, or is it
Life bubble.
life bubble? Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So we just. We're
Yeah,
in
I
like
get.
a,
Actually, is it 2 hours or 2 hours? Oh, it's 2 hours per level, so I actually have quite a bit more than that. I have longer than 20 minutes. I was thinking 2 hours divided by 6 people, but I actually have 22 hours divided by 6 people.
Oh my gosh.
Wow, so almost
Swim
4
forever.
hours each.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
We will live forever.
Do we need to be in bubble formation?
Oh no! So
Form
okay,
up.
you surround the touched creatures.
Yeah, so
with a-
3.6 hours for each of us.
That's pretty solid.
Yeah.
Underwater mounted combat. As Tarazi will. No, the tunnel's too small for that. But if it opens up, I'm riding this. This is Snake riding Snake underwater, and it's going to be great.
I'm just gonna drown myself if we have underwater combat, because I am gonna be useless.
Yeah, so he
Acid
just
drunk.
gathers everybody up in a circle and touches us, and these like little bubbles of survivability appear around everybody.
And it's just adorable with everybody having a little bubble around their heads.
Yeah.
It is kind of cute.
We all look
Anyway,
like squirrels who live in
This way.
Bikini Bottom.
Wait,
Does
find
it
it.
let you pass through the tunnel or no?
I'm not sure if we're at it. Is it
Oh, there's
this square here? Oh, there it goes.
Yay.
Oh, I thought that was an enemy, and it was a Zuma.
Oh, so this narrow tunnel.
Oh, that was like 5 feet. That was a waste of a level spell.
This narrow tunnel that runs under the water goes for about 25, 30 feet. After you swim through, you pop up in a 5-foot deep mineral pool on the other side in a much smaller chamber. But you can see in this chamber what appear to be 2 dead bodies. One lying slumped against the back wall, and one kind of over closer to the front wall of humanoids lying there. The farther ahead one looks like is wearing a red scatterlight suit that's in very poor condition and holding in its hand a strange crystal, almost like it's staring at it. As you come into the room, this dead body turns its head to look at you and lets the crystals fall to dangle against his bony chest. And he stands up, and in a dry, rasping voice he says, "So you still live, eh, Binoche? This is as far as it goes. It ends here." And he picks up a gun. It's
What?
time to roll for initiative.
Where did he get a gun?
None of us are named Minoche.
Kylie Minogue?
I was going to say, who's secretly Minoshed?
Levi takes off its mask.
Classic
I will
initiative roll.
pop a little picture of this smiling fella in the chat, just so everyone can see his wonderful artwork.
Nice. Is that hair? Oh no, that's a cloak. I thought he had long black hair for a second.
Walter Goggins? No, I'm kidding.
I mean, it's Walter Goggins-y, at least his current incarnation.
Goggins adjacent.
A Fallout fan, and I really don't like a certain big revelation towards the end of that show, because Todd Howard hates everybody that isn't the Brotherhood.
Spoiler for...
I'm not spoiling it. I'm not spoiling
Whatever.
what the revelation is. I'm just saying it's something that I really don't like that happens at the end of that season.
I loved it. By that I mean I didn't see it. Kira.
I also loved it. Yes, I rolled a 5 for an 11.
That's
Is
not
that what you were
very-
going to say?
That's not very fast.
It's not very fast.
Levi and Tarazi.
It's an 11 for a 14.
That's slightly better. The irritated Brixby.
It's like Normcore Alwyn has brought back. This is just really
Alwyn.
Alwyn wearing just a bunch of like neutrals, and I mean, what a like
Wearing a
weird
charcoal suit.
garbage subculture. Anyway, yeah, I roll an 8. No, I don't roll an 8. I roll a 9 for a 17.
All right. Normcore Alwyn.
Normcore Halloween puts on a Steve Jobs sweater and gets a 10 total.
Well, everyone, I think, was rather taken by surprise by this skeleton, as he is standing up and he's wielding 2 guns. And I think he's going to, since he goes first, he's going to turn on deadly aim. And let's see, how many people are here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? I'm going to roll a d6 to see who he thinks is Binoche. 1, 2, 3, that is Kira. He is going to level one of his 2 guns at. He's going to turn on deadly aim, and with a smile, he's going to just take one rather strange shot at Kira. That's a natural 20. That's bad.
Oh,
It's also a 34 on my attack of opportunity because Levi has combat reflexes and can AOO even when flat-footed.
Oh, dang. All right. Why don't we resolve that first?
Yeah, kill him.
You said a 34 on your attack of opportunity?
I did.
That is indeed a hit.
Oh, hallelujah. Unfortunately, minimum 14, but I am going to take that attempt to grab.
Okay.
Oh,
What about a 37? Sorry, I was looking at his level up. I haven't grabbed since then.
37 does grab.
All right, then kindly get wrecked as you unfortunately crit Kira.
Okay, so he is grabbed. Unfortunately, with this particular shot that he just took,
Oh no, I hate when you pause.
I mean, when you threaten a critical with it, you automatically confirm the critical with it. So, this is going to be a lot of dice. I am going to roll it in the thingy because it's a lot of dice. Let's see.
I just muted so I could say bad words.
Yeah, I saw that.
No one
I was like, I know what that was.
I just got to see what his BAB is here. Okay, rolling. So 61 damage as he crits
I'm
Kira
not
with a
dead.
single ruinous shot.
61.
And his turn is over. As he is grappled by Big Snake, and he has taken 1 shot. That brings us to the irritated Brixby.
God, this is like one of those moments where you're like, I want to do lots of wizard stuff. Alright, how far away is he from me? 40 feet. This is... 5 feet between us. Oh yeah, that's more than enough. Alright, so Brixby is going to take a pinch of sulfur and sprinkle it onto a shuriken. And he is going to call forth a... Sorry, I have to math aggressively right now. 7, 9, 11, so I have 4. Wait, is that right? 2... Okay, sorry. Sorry, this is really good. 2, and then, okay, 15th. Down. Okay, so I get 6. I get 6 shuriken. Brixby sprinkles a little bit of sulfur on top of a single shuriken, and 6 fiery shuriken float in front of him. They require a ranged touch attack and deal 1d8 points of fire damage. So I am going to shoot just one off against him. This skeleton gentleman, and I'm also going to make that an impromptu sneak attack. So I am going to
go for it. Never mind.
I was going to make a touch attack first, a ranged touch, which is not great. It's a 16. Oh, man.
Yeah, even grappled, that's going to miss.
Well, heck. So I'm down a shuriken, and that is... Oh, wait. Can I roll a knowledge on what he is?
That would be a religione.
Religione. Gotta have faith. Faith. George Michael Orland Biscuit. Oh, but certainly not Foundry. That's a 24.
Yeah, you don't know.
Man, I am not rolling. It is like I have been, for listeners of the past couple episodes, it'd be very weird if you weren't. I've been getting like nothing but beautiful rolls in Foundry on knowledges and nothing else, and now it is like the inverse. All right, that's the end of my turn.
All right. Well, Asuma is going to take a 5-foot step in the water just out to the right to get a clear shot. And then she's going to take 3 shots with her rifle. First one is a natural 20. That's fun.
Nice.
That is confirmed. Oh, man. I got to figure out exactly. Okay, so I think... a lot of damage. Wow, 39 damage. This is going to be hard. Alright, I'm expecting myself to do entirely too much math here. Shot number 2 is also gonna hit. Okay. Shot number 3 is not going to hit. And shot number 4 is also not going to hit. So, Asuma is finished. And that brings us to Snake Squad.
Snake Squad. So, I forgot, as always, to roll Constrict the first time. But Levi is going to roll to maintain the grapple. That is again a 30. Actually, because with the +5, it's a 42. So I maintain the grapple.
Question for you: do Levi's natural attacks count as magic?
No.
Okay.
Not unless I spellify him. So that would be 15 non-magical damage.
Okay. Only looks like a little bit of that goes through.
Well, even less than 13 on the constrict damage. Then Tarazi will kind of scoot on by his Schlorpy friend to get right up in the business of this grappled gunslinging skeleton and take a single null blade strike. And it's trash. It's a 19 against the grappled.
Yeah, that's not going to do it.
Yeah, I love the natty 3. Okay. And I don't have Relig, so I can't do anything to identify him further. But hey, I'm up in his biz.
All right, the obstinate Kira.
Kira has just been shot and is going to take a second. I think as they all emerge from the water and the skeleton thing stands up and looks at all of them, she starts to say, "Who's Minosh? Is that it?"
Binosh.
Binosh. Who's
He was
Binosh?
kind enough to spell it for all of you.
Thank you.
Oh.
I think she'll start to say, "Who's Binosh?" and then just get shot and be like, "Ow," and delay.
All right, that brings us to the Normcore Allowan.
Okay, the Normcore Allowan who just watched Kira get shot like in the face or something for that damage is immediately going to reach over and hit her with a Cure Critical Wounds and heal back about half of what she took.
Thank
But
you.
it's better than nothing.
36?
So that is 36 points of healing.
Oh, sweet. So healthy.
And then he is going to take a 5-foot step behind her and out of the line of fire. And that will be his turn.
All right.
I would like
Brings
to
us-
reinsert.
I had a feeling that you would.
Yeah. I feel bad because Alwyn just healed Kira and now and then stepped behind her and now she's gonna be like, "Okay, thanks, bye." And move up and over. Yep, that is the path that I want to take. Thank you for highlighting it for me.
You could rage and charge that MF.
Yeah,
Which
I was
is-
thinking about it, but I don't know. Yeah, let's do it. Okay. Let's move back here then. Just quick triangle. All right, I'm going to rage the old rage and charge.
The rage of
Raging
triangle.
triangle.
She runs in a triangle to get really mad.
Yeah, Kira's going to rage and then charge up and take the spot next to him. And go ahead and flank with Tarazi. Let's see how that... I think charge adds +2 to hit.
And then you got that new.
Yeah, if you're
fancy-
charging, then you wouldn't be able to get into flank because it makes you take the shortest distance to be able to hit the target, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
But
then
it'd be,
I'm just going to... regular move. Boop.
Back in the triangle.
Back to the angry triangle. And we'll get up into the flank.
Kira's just bobbing and weaving all over the...
We're raging. We're in the flank. We're going to hit him with a chainsaw.
It's 195 movement speed.
Yeah, she's pretty quick. Ooh, that's not good. That is a 3 for a 27.
While grappled, 27 will hit.
Yes.
Well, the fact that a 3 is a 27.
Wow.
No.
Sure, if
So
Allowan
angry
rolled a
and good at
3 on
hitting.
a physical attack, it'd be a negative number.
10, 12, 12 plus 27. 12, 27, 9, 39 points of chainsaw.
All right, it doesn't seem to all go through, but it's still a lot.
Dang it. That's my turn.
All right, that brings us to this mysterious dead fella. Now,
He looks like a Body Worlds model. I'm like looking at it longer, and it reminds me of that in a
Yeah.
spooky way.
Yeah, wearing pajamas.
Yeah, his
I did like
clothes
the
are just so
pajamas.
weirdly loose. I guess that's what happens when you've been done dead for a while. Not done, but dead.
But you've been dumb for a while.
You've been. Ah, boy. I know that struggle.
So I think he is going to think about just going wild, shooting everybody. And, yeah, I think he's just going to do a lot of shooting. So he's going to provoke attacks of opportunity from Kira, Levi, and Tarazi as he starts shooting his guns. So why don't we resolve those AOs first?
Can you crit on an AOO?
Of course.
Yeah.
Oh, so cool. Okay, let's see if that's a natural 20. And to confirm, oh, it's another natural 20. Sorry, I said that through my teeth. That's another natural 20.
That sounds confirmed.
All right, let's roll this in the little guy.
66 D66.
60, 60, 66. Uh-oh. The math is harder to do now that we've leveled up. Roll.
Oh wow, Danny Trejo turned 80 today.
Congrats, Danny, avid listener of this podcast. This mineral pool just looks like a smiley face. I want to draw 2 eyes above it.
You know, we can't do that anymore. Not in Roll20 with their little drawing tools.
I know. Where are my drawing tools?
Nah, it's a lot of ones. 72 points of chainsaw damage, Sam.
That's so many.
That's a lot of ones. 72 points.
It doesn't all go through, but for crying out loud. All right. Well, Tarazi's attack of opportunity.
Yeah, it's a 29 to hit.
Yeah, it hits.
So 18. If he counts as a construct, I'll roll that 2d6.
He does not count as a construct.
Alright, it's worth an ask. And I'll free action release the grab for Levi, and then you just let me know how many times he's shooting, because I could take a few AOs.
He's going to be shooting a total of 4 times.
Okay, yeah, I'll make 4 of those then.
All right, so I guess do 1 and then he'll take a shot.
Yeah.
And then, we'll continue.
Yeah, natural 18 on that, so that is going to be switching tabs, but a 33 or 4.
That'll hit.
Unfortunately, he's not magical, but he's magical, 15 points of mundane bite.
All right. Once again, doesn't all go through, but... So his first attack, the first shot here with this gun that makes a profoundly loud noise right in Tarazi's face at point blank, that is going to be a 30 against touch.
Because it's against touch, that is going to hit.
All right. So that is 14 sonic damage. Now, Levi gets another attack.
Yeah, natural 19.
Seems like a hit.
This is still
So, 16 points of damage.
All right. Chipping away at him. His second shot is right in Kira's face, and it is a critical threat.
No, you already had one.
Yeah,
that
that's true.
is only a 17 versus touch to confirm.
17 versus touch. Hang on, wait for it. Ooh, that'll confirm.
All right. right.
That's fine. I've got plenty of hit points left. I was just healed, and I'm raging. Come on.
So that's 30 sonic damage.
Okay.
Another bite from Levi.
Only 2 off the dice on that one, so we can't quite get this slippery skelly.
All right, he goes back to gun number 1, as he was alternating between his 2 pistols, as one does when one is a cool zombie gunslinging kind of fella. And this shot back at Tarazi is going to also... It's going to be a 31 against touch. No, it's not going to be a 31 against touch. It's only a 26 against touch.
Oh, okay. Yes, so hits.
Okay. 14 sonic damage. And one more chomp from Levi.
That is a 26 to the ungrappled.
26 will not hit.
Bummer.
And so this last shot in Kira's face is a 18 versus touch.
That'll hit.
Blur? Are you
Blur.
raging?
I am raging.
Okay. I did forget the last time, so for the
I
first
also
attack,
forgot, so it's like fine.
Alright. Well, 45 on the blur this time.
Okay.
So 20 sonic damage with the last of the chomps, or the last of the shots rather, and then he's just going to casually take a 5-foot step out of the flank, even though, no, you know what? He's going to take a 5-foot step a little bit back into the corner so he can't be flanked. Just squeezing himself in the spot there where you can't get on either side of him. And that'll be the end of his extraordinarily long turn. Irritated Brixby.
All right, Brixby, thoroughly irritated at watching him shoot his friends, is going to move in a northeastern fashion outside of the mineral pool. And then he's going to call on the Void Elemental School power around him to reveal weakness and take a -6 to your AC, as well as, I believe it hits your, is it just, and your saving throws. So yeah, it's a -6 to your AC and saving throws for 1 round.
Lol.
Spell resistance?
No,
Alright, just making sure.
it's a supernatural. It's a supernatural ability. He's supernatural. It's a
It's
little
super,
dance.
naturally.
Yes, thank you. And that is his turn. That's his whole sitch.
Alright, Asuma's gonna do her 4 shots. Hits on the first one. Oh. Because of his damage reduction, she's not gonna be doing a whole lot each time. Misses on the second one. Hits on the third. Oh, that's pretty good. And then last one is a miss. And that brings us back around to Snake Squad.
Okay. Levi is going to go first and just kind of scooch up to the east, target this skeleton wizard, and attempt to grab and drag him.
Nice.
Does not have improved grab, so it would provoke if he has some sort of melee or natural attack I'm not aware of.
He does not appear to.
Rolled onto the 5. So only a 22 against its CMD.
What was that again? Sorry. Got distracted.
Garbage roll. So only a 22 against CMD. I'm sure that misses.
That will not do it.
Okay. Well, no flank, but Tarazi will nevertheless unleash some Nullblade swings. And just really doesn't like how much this guy is hitting against touch, so he will again just kind of square up against him and as a swifty challenge this skeleton. just roll complete trash across the board. Yeah, none of them hit.
Even with his -6 AC?
Oh, hold on. 23?
23 hits exactly.
Then one of them hit. Wow.
Hey.
No higher than a 7 on those 3d20s. 4 if you include the grab attempt. It was great. Finally good on a d10 though. That is 25 points of damage since he's not a construct. He doesn't count as an aberration though, does he?
No, not an aberration either.
And definitely not a human because he's like dead.
He probably used to be a human.
I wish that counted for favorite enemy. Okay. I won't belabor this anymore. I'll let the rest of the party finish him off.
Alright, it's time for some Normcore.
Right. You know what? This guy's got his saves lowered. So I am going to hit him with a Bone Shatter, which you mentioned earlier that he has spell resistance.
Indeed.
Okay, so I get a plus 13 to this. That is a 29.
Yeah, that beats it.
Okay, then he has to make me a Fortitude save.
Alright, and to be clear, he has a -6 to saves.
Yes, sorry. It is a -6 to saves. It's just lauding Jeff's tactical prowess in the player chat.
So that's going to be a 12.
A 12? Ouch. Yeah, that is very much a fail. So that is 1d6 per caster level, so I'm rolling that in the thing because I don't have that many d6s. So that is...
Ooh.
That is 47 points of damage. And I don't think the rest matters because I'm pretty sure this dude is undead from the looks of him.
Sure
so
is.
I don't think he can be exhausted.
Or perhaps he's regular dead. Now that
Regular dead.
he was mostly bones, and then you shattered the bones.
Oh, and if you considered him to be mostly bones, he would actually take half again of that.
Oh, well, he's definitely mostly bones.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, then he would take another 50% on top of that then. So he's super dead.
Super duper dead. We are out of combat as this...
I was assuming from the picture that he was more kind of gooey like a zombie.
Well, based on his resistance to everything but bludgeoning, I think he counts as more skeletal.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah, then he is super dead. Because Bone Shatter does an extra 50% damage on things that are mostly bone.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Wow, that was awful. And not, I mean, we don't have a great track record with swimming in caves and the things we find in there that are dead. But ow, oh my god, Kira, are you okay?
Yeah, he shot me really bad. He said he thought he was looking for someone named Binoche.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Would a local or something let us recall about a Binoche?
I don't know that there's really any way for you to know about this particular person.
So you're saying after 12 levels, my lore Binoche is still useless?
Binoche.
Your Binoche lore. That might be the only skill. Maybe if you had a very specific lore that none of you have because you're not part of the right society.
Wow. Well,
Figures.
maybe he has a journal about
Gosh
why
darn
I hate
Shriners.
Binoche and who he is.
Yeah, and there's another dead body in here. There's one that did not animate, right?
That's
Right.
true.
Until now. Roll again.
It's another one of these.
Those
Cast Bone
crystals,
Shaker again.
the like crystals that he was holding on to, do they seem mundane or?
This crystal looks very interesting indeed. If you want to roll a knowledge engineering.
Ooh.
Ooh, maybe it's like a data crystal thing, and that's got all his journal info on it.
No.
Womp womp.
Womp womp indeed for me.
Trash. 22.
And a 26 for Bricks.
So I would say, once again, you don't really know the specifics here, but Brixby at least has seen one of these before, back in Scrapwall, where you guys had an inhibitor facet, if you remember that particular technological artifact that, when plugged into a machine, could inhibit its ability to function. This looks like a similar machine, but it looks like it might help a machine were you to plug it into it.
Huh.
Huh.
This helps you download more RAM from the internet. It's super good for every machine.
Fantastic.
Yeah, no, it looks like it would augment.
He looks to Kira. Like, there is this like sad moment where like Brixby is smiling and he's like,
It's like that moment in Scrapwall.
he like looks at Alwyn's face. And he like looks at Teresi's face. And then he looks at Kira and like passively cries a tear. And it's like
It's like in Scrapwall, the thing we plugged into Hellion to slow him down. Except it does the opposite. So if we find like a robot god that we want to like juice up, this is probably what it does.
I remember that thing. This is maybe good to hang on to.
Oh. I've been to Scrapwall, but I didn't know anything about that. I just remember Mayor Clarence said something about all of the good that you did there.
Is he a good mayor? I don't know like what your like law municipal politic is, but did he seem just?
He seemed reluctant, but also surprisingly anti-avian.
We all
stick
have
around.
our agendas. Yeah, no, that's fair.
Yeah, I didn't spend a ton of time there, but yeah, he seemed like a decent fellow.
It's good to hear. Yeah. No, we. It's funny. I haven't told you the story yet, but we encountered a god, a machine of thought. I don't know how to describe it. It's not.
Yes, I met some men with some very strange mouths who talked about their god there. But when I went to find out about it, it was dead. That's how I first heard about you.
Yeah. Deicide is on the resume of at least two of us at this point still. But it was curious. It's not like an identity like you and I. It would seem more fluid. Like you could be in a robot or also like being a thing. Like the whole place. Like the ship that makes the space that we were in, it could control.
Oh, like a GPT? A god-powered technology?
Yeah, and it was real chatty, too, yeah. But interesting, you know, I have a feeling that is not the last. Turns to the camera, Iron God. We'll see.
What?
Yeah, the Dune sound plays in the background. Except like one that we can clear through legal. All right, anyway.
I'm sure it can't be that much money to hire Hans Zimmer.
What about, so do we find anything else in this room besides this guy's cool crystal
And his sonic guns.
and his sonic
I was
guns?
gonna say, didn't he have some cool guns too that he tried to murder us with?
Yeah, he's got two guns that don't look anywhere near as cool now as they did when they were in his hands.
The NPC curse.
It's weird. It's like they just got kind of nerfed automatically. It's weird. But he's wearing a red scatterlight suit, and his sonic pistols, which didn't seem time worn when he was shooting you, they seemed like magical sonic pistols, are now just two non-magical time worn sonic pistols.
What class does he have, and when can we all multi-class into it that when you touch technology, it goes back to working order?
Oh, he didn't have.
I think it's literally. Oh, no, sorry.
He didn't have any class levels. He was a pale stranger.
Oh,
that sounds
no,
awesome.
that's scary.
But you do notice now that
Clint
he's
Eastwood in
dead.
frickin'
Like
Pale Rider.
the sort of distortion and rot from his face has kind of fallen away, and he looks more like just a non-corrupted, regular dead person, as if he died much more recently than he probably had. And you actually recognize this face. You've seen this face. You've seen this face in a tiny portrait in a wayfinder that you found in a different cave.
Oh, no.
And if you were to, say, pull out that wayfinder right now, you'd find that instead of pointing to magnetic north, it's pointing right at this guy's body.
Oh, no, I'm going to cry. I told you I was going to cry. You did it anyway.
Well, Zach does get a Sky Medal for predicting that the wayfinder was pointing at that person's lost love, Nemgetter James.
Oh, and I didn't have to break a Pathfinder rule to get it. Wow, great. Oh, God.
So, Bellandora says, you suck. Like, you're the suckiest person I know. Could you please toss some more rope down to the bottomless pit? Sincerely, your skulky friend.
Always. We will always toss rope for our friend.
We miss you,
Bellandora.
Steph. Also, thank you, Bellandora.
Thanks, Bellandora.
Oh my God! Wow, this like breaks my in-game heart and my out-of-game heart so much. Brixby is going to walk up and take the pale stranger's hand and put the locket in it, and then close their hand and put it on their chest. I'm so sad. I'm like legitimately gonna cry. This is so. It's wow.
There is a second body in the room.
We
Not
search
even
it.
feeling looty.
Don't worry, I am.
This second body, most of its remains have rotted or rusted away. But in the fragments of a crumbling leather pouch on this person's person, you find a clear blue sapphire that's worth a good 1,000 gold. And in their hand, there is a magical gun.
I'm fine to roll whichever of the. Maybe. I'll probably roll engineering if you want to roll spellcraft, or I don't know.
Yeah, I'll
It's
roll
not
the
a tech
spellcraft.
gun, so it's just a spellcraft.
Oh, my bad. All right. Wait.
That's a
I have this one.
31. Oh, 32, you beat me.
I got one above for 32.
This is a Fire Drake pistol.
That sounds cool.
Sick. The scatter gun.
I don't think it's actually a scattergun. It's like a +1 flaming pistol with looks like a dragon, and the grip is made of dragon hide. I guess it can fire ordinary ammunition, but it can also... No, I mean, it looks like that's all it does. You can choose to do entirely fire damage with it.
Cool.
Or you can choose to basically do burning hands with it instead of a normal attack.
Huh.
So,
Now, remind me, the one that had the Wayfinder, they had a magical gun, right? Didn't we find a magical gun on their body?
that is entirely possible.
Maybe.
And we can look that
I know
up.
we found a magical gun at some point, and I don't remember if it was with that person or not. I'm trying to remember if, like, that ties together with this one.
Well, we can look it up over the course of the next week.
Oh, yeah,
Because I'm
yeah.
going to bed.
Night,
Good
Sam.
night, Sam.
Night,
Good night,
poor
Starcross.
dead sad guy.
I know. It's
Good
so
night,
sad.
Getter.
Good night, Folly.
Couldn't get her.
Against the machine. Against the machine.
Pot Against the Machine is property of Network Against the Machine LLC, all rights reserved. Pathfinder and the Iron Gods Adventure Path are property of Paizo Publishing. See their website for more details. Theme Against the Machine was written and performed by our own Zach. See the show notes for additional music and sound licensing. If you enjoyed the show, we encourage you to leave us a review.
All right. Recording. Bashful Pixar lamp.
Waveforms. Lamp.
Wave.
Waveforms.
Waveforms.
Lamp waves.
Mysteriously
waves.
muted waveforms.
Saucy lamp forms.
Mysterious
Knowing wink.
mutations.
Who is Craig so loud for?
Hirsek
Craig almost blew
Kaio
my ears out.
is Uriah the Hittite. 3 people are going to love that bloop.
Make a joke about sending him to his death, but no, we've been doing that. You are 100% correct. We are Uriah Gambiting him all up there.
But Sam, you can hear all of us perfectly.
Yeah. I'm out of
Unfortunately,
my...
so can't her sex, so now the game's over.
Oh no. He's going to be like, I've read that story.
So does that mean in this situation that Tarazi is King David?
We're all King David in our own way.
Can anyone else
I
see?
do not have vision in this game.
Nobody
No,
has
I know I'm in
vision?
there because I can go
now
over
I
my
do.
token. Yeah,
I have no vision.
I still don't.
No?
I do now.
Am I in a rock?
Aw, Isuma's loving.
Or maybe I'm stuck inside something. Oh no, I can move myself.
Why am I so
Irritated Brixby.
bad
Irritated
at Foundry?
Dopey Tarazi.
Oh, there we go. I can see. I can see.
Oh, I can too.
Yeah.
I still can't.
You can't?
I am trapped in a field of darkness. I'm going to refresh.
It's the VMods.
It's the VMods. It's true.
Somebody
If you
turned
don't
them off.
charge
Oh my
the
God.
battery,
Just like,
This
they,
game
Tricks, you
is
have to take
private
off the
and-
glasses.
No,
He doesn't
I
want to waste the silver,
Now can everyone
the
see?
silver disc, so he never charges it.
I was like, let me refresh the page, and it's like, you have to log in to get into Foundry. Who the hell are you?
sometimes
to say
that's
the
part of
H
the
word.
problem. Is your Forge
Like it logged you
cache,
out.
will
Yeah.
just
Forge
stink
was
out.
angry with you, and it totally wasn't me being bad at Foundry. It was
No,
the
it's
Forge.
Menderhall.
Oh, we're at 96%. We're still at 96%. 100. Oh, yeah, look at that. Beautiful vegetation.
Beautiful vegetation.
There we are. How she is loving.
Mm-hmm.